Christmas, Joan?
I want to see anything.
It's Christmas.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, no. I'm saying, he's the only one enjoying it. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, look at her. Whose idea was... There. Well done for doing it. Well done for doing it. And very quickly now, Joan, because I know you do a lot of work for the Princess Trust.
I'm very into all kinds of charity. Oh, I am national chairwoman. I might as well just go for this now. There's a thing for older people that don't have sex anymore. Oh, yes? Which you two would... Well, you know... It's for old people that can't get out of the house. It's called Fields on Wheels. And we come by once or twice a month and ring somebody's bell and just jerk them off. And
that's beautiful, Joan. That's beautiful.
But it does you good.
You give too much, Joan. You give too much. Joan Rivers.
Oh, dear.
And this spectacular... I mean, I can't gush enough about this documentary. It's Joan Rivers, A Piece of Work. And it's just... Well, it's had the most phenomenal reviews. Yeah. It's just incredibly revealing. I'll tell you what, this will just give you an idea. This is, I think, you celebrating a birthday. We've got a little clip.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Age? It's the one mountain that you can't overcome. It's a youth society, and nobody wants you. You're too old, you're too old, you're too old. If one woman comedian comes up and says to me, you opened the doors for me, and you want to say, go fuck yourself. I'm still opening the doors. That's great. You're very well. And then I had a
It's really hard to pick a clip. It's really hard to pick a clip.
It's just, everyone keeps saying, what's it about? And it's about show business, but it's about survival at any cost. And people have seen it 2 or 3 times, not because of me, but because they see themselves having to continue.
Yeah, and honestly, I can't... It's just brilliant. It is on More 4 on the 9th of November, but also will be available shortly on DVD.
Yeah.
And it is really kind of... It's no holds barred. It's incredibly revealing. I mean, even that birthday thing, I've never dared ask you on the show.
Well...
I mean, no, so now, how old are you now?
I'm 77, and... oh, don't... I bet... Oh, don't! That is... All that... I think they applaud because they know they're going to live longer than me. You know, they go, oh, good. Or in New York, they applaud because that means there'll be a new apartment on the market soon. I hate when people say, like, oh, they're 77 years young. I met Vanessa Feltz, and she said to me, here's Joan, she's 77 years young, and I want to say, and here's Vanessa, and she's 350 pounds thin. Age sucks, and you have to face it. And you have these... I've been on this show with some of these older women that still try to look good. No names, Goldie Hawn. And she's my friend, and she says to me, would you believe I got a grown-up daughter? And you go, yes! Yes! And lower your skirt, your nipples are showing. I mean...
There goes the Goldie Hawn booking.
No, but age sucks, and you gotta face it.
But it's interesting because America is really so youth-obsessed. I mean, how... Oh. And in the film, you show, you know, kind of, that it is hard for a woman of your age to get the jobs. It's
beyond difficult. The only jobs really left now for women, unless they get friendly with people to do films, but the only jobs left are really commercials. I just thank God I made my yearly nut this year on a product called Girly, which is for dry vagina. And it's, is it here yet? Well, anyone knows the heartbreak of dry vagina. I was perfect for it. Camel Animals follow me home. Three Jewish men are trying to rent my uterus instead of going to Miami. But thank God for these commercials. There's one called Zestra. Has that come here yet? It's like women's Viagra. Has that happened here yet? It's women's Viagra. And they had this big discussion with me. Should they make it in pill form? This is honest to God truth. It was in the newspapers. Pill form or cream, because they didn't know which would do better, and they finally decided, these idiots, will do it in cream, because if it's in pill form in a bar, a man can drop it in a woman's drink and she won't know it. But if you're in a bar and a guy goes, "So where you from?" I'm up for that commercial, too.
Now, your daughter Melissa. She's in the movie, and obviously, famously, it's been very public that you've had quite a checkered relationship over the years.
Yes.
So, how are things now? Is everything good now?
You know, we went through a lot. My husband committed suicide, which is in the film, and we're very estranged. Now we're very close, and we're doing a show together, as a matter of fact. But we're doing this. You know, I do Fashion Police and all that stuff here, but we're doing this thing where I move in with her, and all her friends come over, and that's hard, generationally. You know, I don't know if your mother gets your friends or not, and she's friendly with the one with the big stupid lips, Angelina Jolie. She comes with those children. 165 children. Don't touch me. It's like, and she sits there, and they're so... Well, you've had them on the show, and these kind of pretentious, you know what I mean? They believe so much in, "Oh, Joan, we don't know which children are adopted, and we don't know which are ours personally. They're all the same. The children don't know if they're adopted, they're ours. Isn't that right, Billy and Sally and Jimmy and Little Magumba? Isn't that right? These are Melissa's friends, and I try to be nice. I try not to say anything, but you want to go, "Melissa, I can't stand these people." You know?
But it is funny that, I mean, you're joking, but you are her mother. I mean, that's the weird thing. You know, Joan Rivers is her mother, which, you know, that's going to shape a life.
It has.
Yes.
Yeah, it's difficult for her.
Because, Johnny, your dad, I mean, he wasn't Joan Rivers, but he was quite out there, your dad, in terms of forming your practical joking thing.
I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that.
I
just want to get something out of the way real quick. Yes.
Oh, don't. Don't even go there. What did your dad do? What did your dad do?
My dad was, you know, he was a big practical joker, and he's my idol. And he had a tire company, and he would prank all his workers. He would make them laxative milkshakes and send them letters from the VD clinic. But it was just a rubber stamp VD clinic, and saying they had contracted a venereal disease. You have to list your last 10 partners. Signed, Dr. Harlan C. Titmore. There was almost a couple of divorces over that horrible letter.
But the thing he did to you, though, that...
Oh, right. I was I was graduating high school, and I was sleeping on the couch, and I felt something go right through my lips, and I look up, and Dad acts like he's zipping his pants. He would take a hot dog and heat it like 10 seconds in the microwave to get it lukewarm. And then he would just laugh, like he was his own biggest fan. He would laugh.
That is a funny thing to do.
Yeah.
Because your mother, I mean, she, again, it's one of the, how do we follow that? But your mother, she... yeah. So Mrs. Tate is watching at home going, "I've never done anything like that." But she's a funny woman.
My mum is funny. well, I mean, I don't know if this is funny. I think it's possibly neglectful. But when I was little, in an argument, I threw something at my mum, which is obviously terrible, and I ran away. I ran out of the room. And when I came back into the room, my mum was lying on the floor. And as I came closer, clearly I'd cut her head. Or was it tomato ketchup? She got ketchup on her head to learn me a lesson. But when I told her today, I said, I'm coming on to the Graham Norton show, and she said, well, I hope you... And the last time I was on here with Jimmy Carr and 50 Cent. And she said to me, well, I hope your language is better than it was last time, because I swore, you know, forgive me. And she said, you said the F word, and that rapping boy sitting next to you looked disgusted.
She's obviously not that familiar with 50 Cent's work.
That's what I
said. His oov.
Yeah.
But how weird that she's bothered by swearing.
Bothered?
Oh, don't. We talked about this the last time, because Catherine has a lot of catchphrases, and you meet her, and then that's what you suddenly come out of your mouth. But, you know, because Nan is so sweary. How does she cope with sweary Nan?
Do you know, she doesn't mind...
Beautiful.
She doesn't mind it when it's the old lady character too much, but because she thinks that a lot of people think it's based on my grandmother, she doesn't want people to think my Nan swore. And my Nan did.
Because you do an old character too, don't you?
Yes.
We've got a picture of you as your old man.
Oh, right.
As a dog owner, that is such a mean trick to play on people.
The dog stole my leg.
But do you put meat in it? Do you put meat in it?
No. He was just trained to steal my leg, and people got very angry. It ain't high art.
But it is funny. Because how long does it take you to get into Nan?
It's probably a couple of hours.
Old man?
On the first movie, it was 3 hours. Now it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it does get quicker. It does get quicker.
Yeah.
Well, I am the old lady, so I don't... It's just... It's difficult at this age, you know? Yeah. No, I was just going to say, it's just... the only good thing about older dating, the only good thing for the women in the audience, because everyone thinks you're old, there are no one-night stands, because just to get the old guy out of the car, into the house, up the stairs, on you, off of you, re-diapered, back in the car, and all, 4 days. 4 days. It's a relationship. That's the good part.
Listen, on this show, we often look at pictures of people, you know, when they were young, right? And then how they look now. And it's funny, some people, you can so see, oh, that's them. And some people absolutely transformed. And there's a really sweet bit at the end of the Jackass movie where you show the pictures of yourselves as little boys. Yeah. Here's a picture of you as a little boy. There is...
Oh, yeah.
But what's funny, when you see the pictures of all the little children, because they're all as sweet as that, all the pictures are good.
Right.
And you think the parents, like, they couldn't have known the little cherubs, how they'd grow up.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of drinking sweat from a fat man's crotch. And,
I think I was a meaner kid than I am now. I was a rotten kid.
Really?
Yeah.
You look so sweet.
Yeah. My sister, I had sisters 8 and 10 years older, and my father told me I was an M&M baby. I said, what's that, Daddy? He goes, you came between menstruation and menopause. But they would just put me up to the worst things, and I was so happy to do it.
But I don't know if you've seen this website. It's called Young Me, Now Me. And what it is, it's basically people have, like, kiddie pictures of themselves, like that one there, and then you take a picture, you repose the picture now. So that's Young Me, that's Now Me, okay? And I have to say, it's one of those things, like, parents... Like, for instance, here's the first one, right? So, there's a little baby, cute little baby. Now, someone might be at home now thinking, oh, that looks like our little baby. I wonder what our little baby will turn into in 20, 25 years' time. Could it be that?
Oh, my God.
What's the next one? Ooh, hello. Oh. So that's that thing where, you know, Dad needs to be careful not to roll over and squash the little bubba. Okay. Who's next? Who's next? Oh, no, this.
Oh,
See,
no.
Now, yeah, you know this is going to go wrong.
I hope that's a boy.
It is a boy. Oh, Catherine, it's a boy. It's a boy, and now it's a man. Like, isn't that is so cruel, isn't it? That one day that you've got that skipping around the house, and then one day, I'm home. Oh, everything went wrong except the boots now fit him. That's about the only thing. Do we have one more? Oh yeah, here's the final one. This is so sweet, right? So there was little boy, giant tortoise.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The years have not been kind. Now we have giant boy.
Get off him.
Bad man.
It's a fake tortoise.
It is a fake tortoise, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, no.
You couldn't. You'd kill the other one.
Yeah.
At least one of them was eating lettuce for the last 20 years. It wasn't him. The parents, how scary is that?